for it to be recorded, so we'll do that. Right, wonderful. If at any point you can't see me, I'll move it around, but it should be okay. Got a certain angle. I'm also going to take this off because I'm going to get really hot very quickly, I'm sure. Right. Okay, so special back request today, and I do want to work on a little bit of hips as well because everyone is feeling particularly stiff around hips at the moment. Weather is very, very changeable, so it's a little bit annoying with everyone sort of getting hot and cold. So joints might be feeling a tad stiff as well. So obviously stretch and flex being a really good thing to do if that's not feeling fantastic at the moment. So right, we are going to start on the floor today. So if everyone wants to come down, we'll just start with our legs crossed. I just want to make sure that everyone is feeling a little bit more in the room and present. Okay, so if you want to just make sure that your legs your feet are not overlapping as usual. And I just want you to sit right close and upright. And then we're going to close our eyes. And then I'm not going to close my eyes just in case someone else comes in. But I want you to have a think about your breathing, and I want you to really sort of try to calm down a little bit and just make your breathing a little bit more deep. Okay, so when you start, breathe in through your nose and then breathe out through your mouth. Now you might only be able to hold it for 2 seconds, but try to get it to nearer 4. So breathe in and out. Now as you do this, I want you to try and really clear your lungs. And I've said this before, try and get all of the stale, that sounds horrible, try and get the stale air right out. So you're breathing it right out, so you've got no more breath left, and then take a nice cleansing deep breath in. Let's just go for a couple more. Breathing inside. Breathing. And finishing the last one you're on. Wonderful. Okay, so she's feeling a tad more relaxed now. So let's start with our head. So first things first, if you want to just take your head from one hand, and then I want you to take your hand and put that on your other shoulder. So definitely don't wrench, but just bring your head to the side and then drop your hand so there's a little bit of weight on your shoulder. Continuing with that breathing. Okay, release both hands and your shoulder and head will just pop back up. That's it. Exactly the same thing the other side. So taking your hand and then taking your shoulder. Does feel a little bit odd doing this, I know. Breathing. And release head and shoulder. Good. Right, now just your hand. And we're going to come to the side, bring it round to the front and twist. Okay? So you should be looking down at the floor or your knee. And remove your hand and head will pop back up. Lovely. And again. So we're coming across to the side and forwards and twist down. So you're looking to the floor or your knee, depending on how far you can twist. Hold it there. Remember to breathe and relax your head. That's it. Just let go. Okay. Now we're going to extend that a little bit. So I want you one hand down to the side. Bring your arm up nice and tall. We're going to bring it over to the side. And then you're going to look down at your hand. So it's the same movement, but we're extending that all the way to the side of your body. Quite strong this one if you get it right. Bring your head back first, and then bring it up. Wonderful. Okay, nice and tall with the other hand first, and then bringing it over. And once you're over, we're looking down at that hand. Quite strong this one. Head up and then back up. Lovely. Right, we're going to expand that slightly. So if you are Perfectly okay doing that. Please stay there. If you want to expand it, then we're coming down onto your forearm a little bit. So first we'll stretch up nice and tall, and then we're coming over and expand that, just making sure that the whole half doesn't lift. Your knee is still very much down to the floor. Then we're going to look down at your forearm. That's it. Quite strong. Should be feeling this all the way to the side, ribs and your neck. Head up to the center and release. Lovely, and nice big stretch all the way up and over. Just bear in mind that one side may not do the same. Just making sure both bum cheeks are very much on the floor. Looking down. Oh, lovely stretch. Back up to center and release back up. Wonderful. Okay, we're rolling our shoulders. Nice deep rolls. Up and back, up and back. That's it. And the other way. Good. One more. Wonderful. Okay, complete favorite. So all the way up. Deep breath in and release. Good. And up. Wonderful. Two more. And release. Blow all that negativity out and all the way up. Wonderful. Okay, if we have been typing today, a really nice one, so just bring your hands together and give your wrists a nice little roll. That's it, and the other way if you can coordinate that. Okay, just release your hands and just give them a little shake. Okay, this gets your hips very slightly as well, and just be aware of that. So put your hands in front of you, and then I want you to spin one hand around. So it may be the case that you can't actually get that down onto the floor. Don't worry at all. We're just stretching it out. If that's too strong, if that's just like, that's not happening even slightly, then you're just bring your hand in front of you and just pushing that away, okay? If that is too strong on the floor, it is very strong on the floor. Now your whole forearm here should be feeling that. Spin your hand back round to meet, and then we're going to bring the other one around. Just be aware of the fact that this might be tighter. That's it. And to remind you, if you can't do that, we're just bringing it up into the air and just bringing it backwards with your own hand, all the way down here. Good. Okay, bring your hands back to the center. And now I want you to bring them to the side, and we're going to rock. So rock onto one, and then rock onto the other. And one. Just lean on it, and the other. Keep it quite close to your body. Good. Okay, now we're going to bring them backwards. I'm just going to spin so you can see. So we're going to bring them backwards, hands facing backwards, and then lean onto them. Don't lean your head back. Lean onto them. So we're not doing a full chest stretch yet. Just lean onto your forearm. Good. And bring yourself back. Right, so whilst we're here, let's do the full one. I'm going to actually stay to the side, Mark. It's going to be easier. So bring your hands around to the front, as if you're holding onto a Swiss ball. We're going to really stretch right around your shoulder blades here. Drop your head, tuck your tummy in, and then take 3 deep breaths and release. Deep breath. Feel your shoulders just expanding out very slightly. Should be a really good stretch. Very good. Okay, releasing that, bring it round to the back. This is where we're going to actually expand that. So try and bring your hands fairly close, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together first, then lift your chest. Don't lift your head back, okay? Head stays looking forwards. Arch your back and squeeze. 3 deep breaths here. If that's too tough on your elbows, just bring your hands out further. One more. Lovely. Just slowly bringing yourself out of that. Okay, so now we're going to fold forwards. All All right, I'm going to do this to the front because I'm going to run out of space. So bringing your hands in front of us and then fold forward. I'm going to get a small person's little toes. So try and reach forward. So this is quite a shoulder stretch as well. Reach forward, drop your head. Again, if we're not there, we're up here, just reach your hands in forward in front of you if you can't reach the floor and just drop your head down. Try really, really hard to relax your shoulders no matter where you are, okay? Very good. Try and relax, deep breath in, sink it down. Wonderful. Okay, very, very, very slowly just walk your way back out of that. Good. Okay, hands behind you, and then we're just going to release those legs because we have been sat in that position for a little while. That's it, bring them out, exactly. Bring them out in front of you and just give them a little jig. Right. One we haven't done for a little while, but I'm going to introduce it back in again. So one leg straight, and then we're going to bring one leg in. And I want you to rest that just on your leg. Hold on to it, just rest it on. Now, if that's really, really difficult, you're just bringing it further away, okay? It doesn't have to be right up here. If you can do something that's called a cradle, so hand underneath your leg and lift your foot and just take the weight of your leg. Legs, I've mentioned before, are actually quite heavy, so really try and get hold of it. And then we're going to cradle and rock your leg fairly slowly. So just bring it right back and then across. So you should be feeling this right inside in your hip. Across, out, and cross. So both bum cheeks should still be on the floor. And one more. That's it, wonderful. Okay, whilst we've got this, I just want you to roll. Now you can either use your hand to roll or just roll your wrist, your ankles. Might be a bit clicky, just be aware. That's it. One way than the other. Good, wonderful. Right, now just rest wherever's comfortable, and we're just going to take our toes and just give them a little crunch back and forth. Please just be aware this could cramp, so if it starts to feel like it's going to cramp, it's just that we really rarely look after our feet, and they're really important to us. We place a lot of demands on them and we just ignore them entirely. So try and just crunch them back and forth. That's it, get a little bit of an arch and a flex. Right, now take your thumb and place it in the center of your foot. Okay, that makes sense, right in the center of your foot. And then you're just going to push that in and then just give it a little wriggle. So just give it a little massage, wriggle right in the middle. Stress relief, that one. Also digestion, I believe. So if it's feeling particularly tender, stressed and or digestion not working too well, this should work quite nicely. So just press in there. Okay, and release. Good. Right, so just bringing that foot back to meet the other one. Give yourself a little jig. Okay, sit yourself upright again, so just rebalance. We're going to bring the other one in. Now we're going to cradle, so bring your hand round, lift your leg. Come and sit down. And my sister coming to say hi. And across, out, and across. So really try and get the two extension points that you can. So all the way out and all the way in. It's obviously different for everyone, but out and back. And back. One more. Out and back. Lovely. Okay, so we're rolling our ankles, so that's either with your hand or without. That's it. Just really try and get it. Might be a bit clicky, a bit cracky. As long as it's not hurting, you should feel it all in the tendons up your leg and the other way. Oh, mine's really clicky. That's horrible. As long as it doesn't hurt. Okay, so resting your foot down. And then we're going to do some little stretches and flexes with that toe. Sets of toes. This is my dominant leg, so it's much more cracky. Okay, one more back and forth. Okay, taking your thumb, center of your foot, just really put some pressure on without it hurting. Just give it a little massage. A little bit of mini reflexology in your stretch and flex class this evening. That's it. Okay, good. And relax your foot down, and then give yourself a little jig. Right, let's do a full Lord of the Fish. Love it. So we're going to bring one leg over, and then bring it up. Okay, first one, we're just going to do the half, and then we'll go into the full. So wrap your hand opposite arm around, opposite arm on, that's it. And then we're going to bring your other hand back and look over your shoulder. If you can't feel a stretch right in your glute and your hip, you're probably going the wrong way. So just make sure that it is opposite, and it should be quite strong if you keep that knee in. Okay, bring it round. Wonderful. And then bring that leg together. Let's swap. So remember, opposite leg up, across and up. Opposite hand, that's the one. Wrap it round. And look over your shoulder. And as I said, if you can't feel it quite strongly, you're probably going the wrong way. Hold it there. Remember to breathe, not that easy in this position. Okay, slowly unravel yourself and bring that leg down. Good, just give it a little jig. Right, so full Lord of the Fish if you want to. If that's hard enough, we're going to do the same again. So original leg, over and up. Okay, so foot should be fairly flat on the floor, and then we're going to lean onto that foot and tuck your leg under. That's one. That's it. Bring yourself back up. You should be able to right yourself. That's it. That's it. Mom's nearly fallen over. And then we're going to wrap again. So if you want to just stay there, very gently turn. If you want to, that's it, opposite arm. If you want to extend that, bring it over and really twist around. Now, if you're feeling, hold it there, but if you're feeling particularly bendy, so this is a full one, you're feeding your hands through and holding on to it, okay? I can't quite manage this yet, but if you can lock those hands together, that's the full one. Holding it there, remember to breathe. Good. Release your hands if that's what you've done, and then unravel yourself back to the center. To get yourself out of this, top leg first, and back to the center. Right, this is the trick, remembering which one went over first. So other leg over, bring it up. If you feel like it's the same, you've done it wrong. So staying where we are, or if you want to come into full, we're going to put pressure onto this foot, lean over, this leg tuck under, that's it. Might be harder on one side than the other. Bring yourself back up to center, and then either just hold onto it and twist, or if you want to go more full, we're coming all the way over and twist. Or if you'd like to extend that further, thank goodness the camera's not pointing that way, is all I'm saying. Bless her, is twist to the rim. Mom! Oh my God. Right. I'm on the way back. This is why I need to do these things on my own. Oh my God, I'm back again. Mom, it's fine. Bring yourself back. Back to center. Oh, bless her. Okay, back to center. Good, just give your toes a little wriggle and just give your shoulders a little wriggle. Right, okay, I think that's quite enough of that. Excellent. If you managed to do the full kit and caboodle, that was brilliant. So we're going to slide ourselves forwards so you can go behind. I'm just going to come very slightly diagonal so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to slide ourselves forwards a little bit. Then I want you to very, very, very slowly coil yourself down, and I want you to use your core, okay? So we're going to bring our hands back, knees stay where they are, feet there they are. Use your core and roll down. Wonderful. Okay, just lengthen your legs very slightly. They don't have to be fully straight. I want you to bring your hands up to the ceiling and then just backwards. Now, for a lot of people, your back really might spasm on this, so just be careful. Just really, if it's too much, Steve in particular, just bend your arms. If not, we're going to go really nice and straight. Don't worry too much about your legs, it's the back. I don't want you to tilt that pelvis. That's it. Good. Just get your back to stop spasming. Behave. Keep the whole lot on the floor. Nice deep breath. Now on the out breath, I just want you to lose that arch. So deep breath in. And then on the out breath, lose the arch. Push your core down. Let's do that one more time. So deep breath in. And excellent. Right, now on the way up, we're going to coil ourselves up. So hands up, hands towards your knees, lift your head, and slowly roll yourself up. Try not to jump. Good effort. Okay, just lean slightly forwards, and then we're going to do the same thing again. So we're just going to get our backs to behave. Just calm, slowly, 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 vertebrae down, coil that back. Straighten it out, get your shoulder blades to behave all the way back. Deep breath in. Breathe out, lose the arch. Arms up nice and slowly. Get your shoulders warmed up. Hands towards your knees, lift your head, roll up. Nice and slowly. If you're really struggling with this, then you can use your hands to get you up. Your cores are strong. And roll down nice and slowly. Roll it down, roll it down, roll it down. All the way back. Okay, stretch out, deep breath in. Lose the arch. Arms up. And lift your head. Lift, 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 lift. Nice and slowly, beautiful. And just a little stretch forwards. Good. Okay, coming up to center. I'm just going to do that slightly. So if you can stretch your legs out now, and then we're going to lean forward. So all the way up, nice straight back, and hinge forwards. Just be aware of the back of your legs. If you can't do that with straight legs, I prefer you straighten your legs and come down not as low. Okay, so hands down here, drop your head. If you can, with straight legs, holding onto our toes. If you have got hold of your toes and you've got a really good stretch going on there, just push your toes forwards. Okay, without them cramping, push your toes forwards and you can get that stretch around the back of your shoulders. Good. Release whatever you have. Arms back up by your ears. And then release. Let's do that one more time. So just straighten your back, reset, and breathe in. Out breath up. Breathe in. Out breath down. Flex your toes if you're able to get to them. Push your toes forwards if you have got them. Drop your head. Deep breath. Relax your legs. Okay, release what you have. Arms all the way up. Straight back and back down. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to do one more coil down. I'm just going to move forward slightly. So we're going to roll it down. That's it. Excellent. Okay, so I want your hands out to the side. Bring one foot bending your knee, one foot on the floor, and then the other foot we're going to place on your knee. Okay, so we're creating two little triangles. Hands nice and far out to the side and palms facing down so you can get some balance. And then we're going to flop legs, knees, everything to the side. Keep your shoulder blades on the floor. That's it. To extend that, just look the other way. So you're looking away from your knees. And if you want to extend that, then just put your hand on the top knee and just bring that down further. Steve,
This might be a bit strong, so just drop the knee down. So just drop your foot away from your knee slightly, but this is a really, really important one for you, for your lower back. Just stay here for a sec, just really let everything sink. Doesn't take long. One more deep breath in and out. Okay, release your knee if you have it. Bring your head back to center, and then we're going to use your muscles and bring yourself back up nice and slowly back to center. Should be really excellent for your back. Now this time, just keep your foot where it is, and then we're going to go the other way. This is nowhere near as hard. It does do something with your mid-back, so I'm just going to move slightly. So bringing it the other way, just place your foot on top of your knee to bring your knee down, and then place your hand on your other knee if you need to. Apologies, sneeze. Bless me. That's it. Now just be aware of your knee on this one, okay? So one of your knees is taking a bit of strain. If it's too much, take your foot off. Okay, release whatever you have, and then we're going to bring ourselves back up, creating those triangles again, back up to the center. Good, so we're back to where we were. Okay, the leg that is the foot on it, I want you to shoot that up. So shooting that up to the sky. That's it, and hold on to the back of your leg, which ideally not your knee. So we are stretching and flexing that foot, point and flex. Be aware this is quite strong in your calf. So if your calves are really tight tonight, or generally, this you will feel. Point and flex. Point and flex. One more. Right down the back of your leg, this one. Okay. Now, if you can, if you've got enough room, we're going to bring that leg, keep the other one where it is, bring that leg to the side. Now, this is quite a lot harder when you don't have a band or anything, because what will happen is you can fall. So just use your hand and guide your leg down, if that makes sense, so you can see what I'm doing. Now, I'll get to a point where if you go any further, your bum cheek on the opposite side is going to lift. Don't get to that point. Keep it there. If you have got hold of your leg, you can pull it closer to you, and that should get more of a stretch. Keep both shoulder blades on the floor. That's it. Hold it there. Right, bend your knee, and then bring it back to the center nice and slowly, really slowly. Okay, putting that foot onto the floor. Good. Just give yourself a little wriggle. Okay, exactly the same thing the other side, if you can still hear me. Sorry, it's a little bit noisy in the background now. So bring yourself up, put your other foot onto your knee, hands out to the side, and then we're going to bring all of your leg across your body and touching your knee down. And if you want to hold onto your knee, making sure that those shoulder blades stay on the floor. If you want to extend that further, you're looking the opposite way. Just relax, try and breathe. Good, release your hand if you've got your knee. Bring your head back up to center. And then we're rolling your way back up again. Use your muscles, roll your way all the way back up to where we were. Once you've reached your center point, then we're going to go the other way. So not quite the same. All the way down. You want to place that foot on top of your knee. Just be aware of your knee. That's it, relax it down. And you can look the opposite way. I'm going to take that off my knee because it's slightly aggravating my knee. Relax, relax, relax. Okay, bring your foot back onto your knee and then roll yourself back up to center. Lovely. Once you're at center, we're going to shoot that leg up, holding onto it. Relax your shoulders. Feel that down the back of your leg. Just give your leg a second to relax. And then we are flexing and pointing that toe. Flexing and pointing, that's it. Quite strong. Just be aware of the fact that this leg may be a bit tougher. Good. Okay, just slightly releasing, and then we're going to bring that leg down to the side and use your hand to guide it. Now I've got a coffee table in the way, so I'm not going to go any further than that. Just making sure though that both bum cheeks are on the floor, so you're not starting to fall. Again, if you want to extend that further, you're bringing that leg further towards you. So just hold on to it and bring it further towards you. You should feel more of a stretch in your inner thigh. And obviously be aware that one side will react differently to the other. So just go with what your body's doing tonight. Wonderful. Okay, just release your knee very slightly. So bend your knee and then bring yourself up nice and slowly. No pinching of groin. And then once you're at the top, I want you to bring both knees right into your chest. And then we're going to do some little circles right for your lower back. Steve, particularly important this one. This is about second and third vertebrae up, so it should feel really nice, if not a bit strong. And then little circles the other way. Just relax. Nice. Nice and gentle. That's it. Okay, bring your knees back to center. If you want to hold on to your knees, I'm just going to come to the side slightly so you can see me a bit easier. Okay, so we are going to bring your head in and hold it here. So a little tiny ball, and then we're going to rock from side to side. Excuse me 1 second, class. I can hear you, Sam. It's our 13th wedding anniversary today, and he knows that I get the date wrong every time. So yeah, it is engraved on the inside of my ring, and I still can't remember. Okay, bring it back to center and release. Breathe in, breathe out. And a little rock. So Steve, this should be probably relatively difficult, but really important that you just rock this out. If this is starting to hurt your neck, just hold on to your head with one hand. Okay, come back to the center and just release everything out. Wonderful. Okay, so we are actually going to flip as elegantly and beautifully as we can onto our front. So I'm actually just going to move entirely so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so bring yourself onto your front. Hopefully you can still see me. So hands in front of you, and just use your hands as a pillow for your chin. And the first thing we're going to do is just relax everything out. So just give yourself a little shake. Okay, and just relax everything down. So we're going to slowly get our back to stretch out. I don't want it to do too much work because this isn't Pilates class, so I don't want it to sort of really strenuate the back, but I do want it to have a little stretch out. So first thing we're going to do, and again, if your back is feeling a little bit sore, as in the muscles are feeling sore, just don't go any further than when it starts to feel it. So first thing is I just want you to lift your head and look forwards. Really try and relax the bottom half entirely so it's completely relaxed. Your glutes aren't doing any work. Look forwards. Deep breath in, and then slowly roll it down. Okay, this time we're going to bring our hands to the side, so fork shape, and just sort of slightly tuck them under, just slightly, so they're fairly near. Take a deep breath in, and on the out breath, lift. So there's some pressure on your hands, A bit of pressure on your forearms, but not too much pressure on your back. I just want to stretch it out. Okay, we're not going into full cobra. Feel that doing something without it hurting. Deep breath in and roll it down. Okay, we are staying here if you don't want your back to do any more because it's aggravated. If not, I want you to bring your hands out further in front of you, and then you're going to take a deep breath in and lift up here. Okay, so you can either be in front of you like this, or they can be up. Now, if they are up, no pinching. There should not be a pinch in your back. It should be comfortable, and your hips should be right down. Okay, if they're not, i.e. if you're up here, I'd rather you come down there. All right, so we're sinking down, and just sink your shoulders down. Bring it down to your forearms. Take a deep breath in, and then out breath, lift. I will reiterate this again. It should feel nice rather than the horrible strain, okay? And roll it down, and then roll it all the way down. Wonderful. And just give your back a nice little relax. Good. Okay, hands to the side. Can you do a quick time check? Good. Okay, hands to the side. Deep breath in, and then we're coming up onto all fours. Out breath, up. Good. Right, I'm going to do this to the side. In fact, I'm going to do this to the other side, so I'm going to see my mother. See what shenanigans she's getting up to. Right. Okay. Really, really important for Steve in particular and backs. I want you to breathe in and big cat stretch all the way up. Brilliant. Come through to center. Lift your head, lift your tailbone, dip your belly button. And come back up to center. Right, let's do that one more time before we add. So all the way up, really arch, drop your head, tuck that tummy right in. Wonderful. Come through to center, lift, drop your belly button, cow stretch. Okay, back up to where you believe is center. So this time, I'm just going to very slightly do this so I don't bang my knees. Head. Right, so tuck your toes under when we do this. We're going to come up into a cat stretch first, and then we're going to bring that cat stretch up into a downward dog. Okay, I'm very slightly going to do that so I don't hit anything. So all the way up. Breathe out. Tuck that tummy in. Okay, now you're going to keep your toes tucked under, and then you're going to come straight up and then push down. Okay, that feels slightly odd going in from a cat stretch to a dog, downward dog, I know. Hold it here, nice and strong. Back straight, heels down, arms straight and strong, head between your arms. Come up onto your toes, bring it down into all fours, and then sink down into a cow. Good, so we're combining a couple here. So bring yourself back to center, come up into a cat stretch, drop head, lift. Belly button, make sure your toes are tucked under, deep breath in, and lift up to the downward dog and sink it back down. There we go. Hold it here. System should be reacting. Try and relax your back, really important for your back one. Total posture all the way down the back half of you. Good. Bring yourself up onto your toes if it's not going to cramp. Bring yourself down. And once your knees hit, we're into the cow. Head up. Right, let's do that one more time. So come back to center. Make sure your toes are tucked under. Come up into your cat stretch first. Deep breath. Lift into your downward dog. Sink it down with your heels. Right, whilst you're here, sink. Arms nice and straight, head between, shoulders really flat, back flat. Legs straight, heels down, pelvis right up. Come up onto your toes, Bring it all the way down, nice and controlled. Use your core, untuck your toes and into a cow. Good. Okay, come back to neutral. Wonderful. Just sit back onto your heels for a second. Just give yourself a little wriggle. That's it. Arms. Quite a strong downward dog. You do have to hold it. Right. Hip flexors I mentioned. So we're going to do a little bit of more work on the hip flexors. We've done a little bit. So I want you to come up, and then we're going to put one leg forwards. That's it. Control your balance. Okay. Deep breath in, and then we're sinking down, hands onto your knee first. So deep breath in, sink down, hands onto your knees. That's it. And chest upright. Good. Watch your balance. If your balance is starting to go, then you can bring your hands out, but actually this helps just as much to take some of the strain. That's it. If you are a bit wobbly, just try and relax, calm your mind. Relax your shoulders. Okay, deep breath in, put a little bit of pressure on your foot and push up. Good. Right, we're going to stay with the same leg so you don't swap. Deep breath in, sink down, and if you want to, we're going to come a little bit lower. If you want to get a cushion and like hoik yourself up a little bit more, then you're by all means welcome. So deep breath in, sink it down to your knee first, then bring it down. So we're here on a cushion or on the floor. Just sink the whole lot down. Now, your if you can see me, your leg might want to come out to the side a little bit. That's absolutely fine. Harry. Just gets a tiny bit more of a stretch. Hello, Harry. Now, with this one, your back doesn't have to be dead straight, but I want your shoulders to relax. So they might be up by your ears. Try and get them to really relax. Mum, put both hands either side on the inside. The inside, both hands on the inside. That's the outside. Inside. Shoulder here. Look, can you see? Can you see my leg? Shoulder. That's the one. There we go. That's it. That's it. Okay, a little bit of pressure into your hands and feet. Breathe in. Breathe out and lift. Good. Balancing. Wonderful. Right, so let's swap legs. This is the difficult bit. So bring your knee down. Bring the other knee up without falling over. Well done. Nearly. That's it. Right, okay, so first things first, we are just sinking down to our knee. Deep breath in and out and sink. Very good. Good. Hold it there. Just let your hip flexor calm down. If you've been sat a lot today, not that we have, but if you've been sat all today working, then it's going to be tight. Okay, pressure on your foot, bring yourself up. Wonderful. Again, you've got your cushion, and remember we're bringing your hands to the inside, including your shoulder, okay? So we're going to take a deep breath in, sink it down, come down, and down again. That's it, man. That's it. Onto the floor, of course. And then if that leg does roll out a little bit and you get more of a stretch, absolutely fine. Just try and keep your foot roughly on the floor. So relax your shoulders. Let everything sink down. It does take about 12 to 15 seconds for everything just to really sink. That's it. Excellent. Hold it here just for another sec. Good. Okay, pressure from your hands to your foot and lift slightly. There we go. Good. Balance yourself. Wonderful. Right. So we're going to extend that to the back of your leg as well. And we're going to do a pyramid. So what we're going to do is bring your hands either side of your foot now. Tuck your back toe under, and then we're going to lift into a pyramid. Okay, that's it. Now, ideally, your back foot should be flat on the floor. If you can't do that, I want you to lift slightly. Okay, lift up, lift up. That's it. So we're aiming to get our back foot on the floor as much as possible. So if you bring yourself upright, I'm just going to turn to the side slightly more.
So both feet are pointing forwards, but if you did that, they'd be hip width apart. I'm not asking you to do that, but I just want you to, so you're not balancing on a beam. That's it. So straighten your legs. And then we're going to put our hands on our hips and then hinge forwards. Hinge forwards. If this is causing you massive problems, the closer in you are, so if you come further in, then you'll be more balanced. Mum, just come further in again. Probably on the floor, yeah. That's it, watch your socks. There we go. Right, that's it. So legs are straight, we're hinging forwards. Now, where you should feel that is really strongly down the back of the front leg. Okay, really strongly. Toes are pointing forwards. Okay, bring yourself back up nice and slowly. Now we're going to fold down on your front leg. So we're coming down, hands either side of your leg onto the floor if you can. If this is really, really difficult, you can bend your legs slightly if it's causing you lots and lots of, oh my God, that's far too hard. Or you can bring yourself here, but you have to balance a little bit harder, actually a little bit harder. Right, once you're here, drop your head. Now, I defy anyone for you not to feel that. That is quite a strong move, that one, pyramid. Just relax your shoulders, just relax into this stretch. Legs have dropped, there we go. Right, so bend your knees, and we're going to bring your foot towards you. That's it. Right, now we're swapping. So we're here, bend your knees, and swap your other leg backwards. We're going to straighten those legs and stand up. Just be aware, that's it. Balance yourself. Remember, you can bring your foot in further, it makes it easier. Further away makes it harder. Try and keep that back foot on the floor and keep them both pointing forwards, okay, as much as you can. So hands on our hips when we're balanced and stable. Remember, I'm not asking you to do this, but remember your hip width apart. If I asked you to put them forwards, your hip width apart, you're not on a beam. Makes it down slightly harder. So once you're feeling balanced and stable, we're hinging forwards. Now immediately, and it doesn't need to be that much of a degree, that hits right down your hamstring, super hard. That's it, hold it here. Good, hold it, hold it, hold it. And slowly bring yourself out of that. Good, and now we're going to reach forward. So roll it down, hands either side of your foot. If you can, just be aware of the fact that one leg may well be tighter than the other. Once you've reached down, then you're dropping our head. Full pyramid is that your chest is on your leg. I can't quite make that yet, but I'm working on it. Both feet on the floor, hands on the floor, chest to your leg. And when I can do that, I'll be a happy woman. Just relax. Okay, bending your knees. And we're going to bring your foot up to the other foot. Straighten your legs, drop your head. Holding it here. Okay, very, very, very gently, just rolling from one side to the other. That's it. Come back to center and then really slowly just curl your way up. Vertebra by vertebra, just stack, 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 stack. Head last. Deep breath in. Arms all the way up. And bring your hands down. Wonderful. Okay, just give your legs a little shake. Really good. That was very, very strong in the back of your legs there. Fantastic. Right, we're going to finish with a little bit of Balanceroo. Let's just see how we're going this evening. Mum's balance isn't looking that amazing. Bless. I'm going to bring her in front of the camera in a minute. Right, no. Okay, so we're going to start with a little bit of arabesque work. I'm going to make it obviously a little bit harder. So plant your foot down nice and strongly, and we're just going to lift the other leg up. Okay, so we're little flamingos at this precise second. Mum's actually done that. That's so cute. She's so cute. Right. Oh, bless. So hands onto your hips, and then you're going to counterbalance. Keep that leg bent. So keep your leg bent. Counterbalance forwards as to how far you go back. I'm just going to turn this to the side. So we're here. Don't go mad. Not yet. So keep it there. Keep it there. Keep your stare looking at something that isn't moving, and then bring yourself back up. Okay, right. Foot down, swapping legs. So place the foot down gently first and lift one leg. And then we're going to hinge forwards. Hold it there. I'll show you, nothing dramatic yet. That's it, rebalance yourself if you need to. Try and still your mind. And then bring yourself back up and drop that foot down. Wonderful, give yourself a little shake. Right, so let's extend that. So we're going to start with the original foot. If you actually bring your arms out, you've got to counterbalance yourself more. So try and keep your leg bent still. It does actually make it quite hard. So start here. Okay, hands down to the side, and then we're going to counterbalance out. So if you are able to, we're coming further. If not, we're here. Okay, just come as far as you can without wobbling, Mum. So look at your hands, still your mind, relax your shoulders. That's it. And bring yourself back up. Glutes have got to do, the top of your glutes have got to do a little bit of work here, and relax. And give your legs a little shake out. We're going to look at proper ballerinas in a minute, I promise. The other side. So I'm just, we're going to bend your leg, hands on your hips first. Make sure you've got that position. If that's where we stay, that's where we stay, okay? You've got to get that bit right first. Okay, dropping your hands and lifting forwards. So remember, you can always just go a little sort of 45 if you want to go to 90, by all means. Just look, stare at something that's not moving, which isn't actually easy in this room at the moment. 2, 1, and bring yourself back up and relax that foot down. Wonderful. If you manage that, fantastic. Right, so those of you who are like, that was hard enough, Rebecca, I don't really want to do anymore, thank you very much. We're going to do the same again. And then what you can do, and I haven't done this for a while, so I might go wrong, is you can actually take hold of your foot, okay? So that's the first thing. Tracy, wouldn't advise this, darling. Keep hold of that toe, the toes, hand out to the front. So that's the first one. And then as you can well imagine, it is the same thing. Okay, so we're here. You're coming out as far as you can. And if you can, dip it down. Wonderful, bring yourself out of that and relax. Very good, very, very good if you manage that. Okay, last on the other side, so it can be a little bit more tricky in one side than the other. Plant your foot first. So we're either here or we're taking hold of that foot. Take a good grasp of it or it will fall. Hand out in front of you. Let's get that bit fun done first. And then start to hinge. So start to hinge. Push your foot into your hand and relax into this. All right, keep it going. Whoa, much harder this side. 2, 1, and bring yourself out. Well done. Whoa, if you managed that. Oh, I wish I could see it fully recorded. Wonderful stuff. Right. Okay, let's just do final little stretches. So one hand over the other hand, just lock it behind your glute. Keep your hips facing forward and twist around. Just squeeze your glutes very slightly. And bring it back to center. One hand over, one hand across. and twist round. Bring it back to center. Wonderful. One arm up. And squeeze your glutes. Roll it down. Very, very, very gently. We're going to roll ourselves forwards. Just don't hit anything. And come to the other side. That's it. Now, as if you're on a toaster, squeeze your glutes. And the other way. All the way forwards. And back up. Make sure you're solidly upright. That's it. And one more. All the way forwards. Reset yourself. Squeeze the glutes. That's it. And come all the way up. Finishing as we usually do. Hip width apart. Nice little sweep. So all the way down. Deep breath in. Squeeze and up onto our toes. Very good. Two more. And bring it down. Deep breath in. Arms all the way up. And squeeze. And one more. All the way down. Deep breath in. Up. Squeeze. And relax. Wonderful. Thank you very much, everyone. Very good. Okay. You're not going to eat tomorrow, Mum.